want to quit my tech job. Our team culture is great. I feel like I can be my authentic self with my team. My manager has been fully supportive of my interest to dabble in sort of a hybrid project management and engineer role as my career path without me needing to work extra hours. I work with 3 senior iOS engineers, so I've learned a lot, and my growth as an iOS dev has skyrocketed the past year. I just got promoted, and I've never felt more disengaged and want to quit my job. Now, I feel hesitant to share these thoughts because I don't know who for my job is watching my videos, but here we go anyway. Now, I can be fairly impulsive sometimes, courtesy of ADHD, and my current situation or dilemma is triggering that impulsivity. But first, a little background on how I got to where I am today. My first job in tech wasn't the greatest experience. There were a lot of times where I wanted to leave work and find another company to work for because I wasn't getting the learning experience that I was looking for and I didn't feel like I fit in. But you hear so many horror stories about toxic work environments that I was afraid I'd end up somewhere worse. So I didn't quit. Instead, I got fired. It was the start of the pandemic and we were already working remotely. I got a Slack message from HR asking if I had time for a chat. I said sure, and next thing I know, I'm asking, so is this a layoff or is this permanent? They told me it wasn't a layoff, and I ended the call saying, okay, thank you, with somewhat of a smile. And yeah, I thank the people who fired me. And that was the best thing that could have happened to me because that whole experience, it led me to where I am today, working with a dream team and wanting to quit my job after a promotion. Immediately after getting off that Zoom call, I felt this huge wave of relief and I started writing down what I liked about my first job, what I didn't, what would be important to me in my next role, and what would be deal breakers. And having that list made my job search so much easier and less time consuming because I knew exactly what I was looking for and I wasn't wasting time interviewing with companies that would have ultimately not been a great fit even if they would have made a job offer. On that list was having other engineers that I could learn from who were open to working with a junior engineer, a culture that embraced a healthy work-life balance and flexibility, and I also like working on products that are user-focused instead of profit-focused, and I like taking part in those product management conversations, so I wanted the ability and freedom to do that. And those were just some of the criteria on my list when I interviewed with my current company. Both the company and the team met all of those criteria. And it's been a great fit for both sides, hence the promotion. So why do I want to quit? I'm someone who's very intrinsically motivated and I have a lot of interests. I like variety in my job. I like doing more than just my job as an engineer. I definitely pour a lot of myself into my work and I do that while still maintaining that work-life balance that's important to me. So when I received notice that I was getting my promotion, but I wasn't getting the salary increase I was hoping for, I was bummed out, and that disappointment has me pretty disengaged at work. And for the record, I don't feel like I was asking for anything crazy. Comparable salaries for the position and my experience were about here. What I was asking for was below that, and what was given to me was down here. So yeah, the difference was pretty significant from what I was asking for. I'm grateful I have a manager that fought to get me as close to my salary expectations as possible. I did all the things I needed to make sure my salary expectations were 1, known, and 2, reasonable and justified. I had supporting examples of the work I've done and my impact on the team. I provided evidence of comparable salaries from my work experience. My teammates all wrote great reviews, but at the end of the day, as far as I know right now, it comes down to salary bands and the company not wanting to pay me more than the other engineers of the same level, even though they're in complete agreement with promoting me again this fall. I don't know if I'm sharing too much. Why am I sharing so much? I don't know. Maybe reflecting in this video keeps me from being impulsive and quitting my job. Like, that's a possibility. But also, I know that a lot of people find themselves in this situation, and that's why it's very common for people to job hop in order to grow their careers and salaries. I don't want to job hop, but the question I've been asking myself these past few days is, what's my next move? other than the disagreement on salary, I like where I'm at. I like what I do. I like who I work with, but I feel disengaged from my work and I've just been going through the motions and getting things done. Because I'm so intrinsically motivated and pour so much of myself into my job, I've been questioning if the promotion salary is worth the 40 hours a week and the energy that I put in. Or if I were to go somewhere else, how much money would be worth the effort? And then there's the other side of me that's asking, why am I giving so much of myself to someone's company, any company, when I could be pouring that energy into myself? I could try to find a part-time contracting job that would give me more time to focus on growing this channel and working on my own projects, or not find a part-time at all and work on my channel and projects full-time. I don't know. If I'd leave, I'd be letting go of a healthy work environment, the type of autonomy I like, awesome teammates that I've learned a lot from. If I decided to stay, what's it going to take to get myself happy and engaged in my work again? So many questions. All right, that's it for this video. Let me know in the comments if you found yourself in a similar situation or if you have any advice. And subscribe if you're curious how I end up handling this dilemma, because I haven't decided yet.